kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, so no.
What is up, guys? Showing up the King here, back with another toy review, and today I'm doing a versus review. This is the 2022 G.I. Joe Vintage O-Ring figures 2-pack, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and I will be comparing them to the retro Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Again, this is going to be a kind of controversial review because this is something that I have been very outspoken that I don't think that the retro O-Ring is the way that Hasbro should be going with G.I. Joe. But again, I'm here, I bought it, I have retro figures now, I have vintage figures, I have O-Ring, I have regular, so we're going to be able to take a look at all of this and come up with a decision. So again, the packaging looks pretty cool. Again, very simplistic, they don't really have much to it. We're going to go ahead and get this thing open and take a look at these figures. Alright, so we have this, and it looks like this is just like the casing for it. Once you actually open it, it looks like they do come with two separate carded figures. So see, we have the old school style Snake Eyes, and we have the original Storm Shadow. And again, if you look on the inside of the box, you can kind of see there's a little thing there, but it doesn't really mean much. I'll see what's in there because there might actually be something else in there. Alright, so here we have everything out of the packaging, and again, like I said, at the bottom there were additional things. There was the stands for both figures, and then we also had silver Uzi, another black Uzi. So silver Uzi, black Uzi was in a little paper packaging, a backpack, tactical backpack, a sword, and two pairs of nunchaku. And again, let's just talk about the packaging. I think they did a great job with the packaging. It looks very vintage. They even gave Storm Shadow the swivel arm battle grip. Again, I like how they also, with Hasbro, they use the old school Hasbro logo versus the new one that they're using today. And on the back, it does look like the old school vintage file cards. Now, I did get two sets, so I will be opening this one up. But I also have a separate set that I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with it yet. Either I'll keep it in packaging or I'll sell it. I don't know yet. So again, Snake Eyes kind of has the same thing, except he doesn't have the battle swivel situation going on. So we're gonna go ahead and get these things open and take a good look at them. Alright, so everything's unpackaged. I'm going to make this quick because I want to get to the versus portion of the video. But again, I did want to make sure, I would be remiss if I didn't give each one of these their moment to shine separately. So again, here we are with the Snake Eyes. And again, for an O-Ring figure, it looks pretty good. From what I've noticed, that the head does turn a little bit left and right, but there is no like up or down motion in the head. Again, I don't know if the O-Ring is too tight to allow it to move, but it has not been moving for me, and the same thing with the Storm Shadow. As far as articulation in arms, I will say that that is actually very solid. Again, single jointed elbow, you know, just as typical as the old O-Ring. And again, if you want, you can actually bend it and you can actually take a look at the O-Ring itself. Honestly, it did look like they had a new and improved O-Ring. It looks just like the old ones. But again, I guess maybe these will last a little bit longer. And again, I think what Hasbro was doing with this line was that they were just literally going for the minimalist. They were going for the nostalgic bites for the nostalgic fans. Again, you know, we have the Storm Shadow here, and Storm Shadow looks good too. I actually think between the two of them, Storm Shadow actually has more detail. Again, literally Snake Eyes is just all black. Again, whereas we got with Storm Shadow, again, we got the little details in the belt where you see a little bit of silver. You got the Cobra insignia. Again, you got the old man eyes. It's just basic, and that's and again, I hate to kind of like, you know, harp on that, but again, that's just what it looks like to me. Now again, you know, he also comes with his backpack with his holster for his swords as well as for his arrows. But again, you can just take a look at it, and again, it doesn't even really give that same feeling that you get from the retro one, and I'll show you that one in a second. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring in the other figures and get this versus portion done. Alright, so as you guys can see here, we are now at the versus portion of this video. We have the 3.75 inch vintage line from Hasbro, and then we have the modern retro Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. And again, they're again, I mean, there really isn't much of a competition here. Again, they both serve their purpose, I guess. But to me, if we're looking at in 2022, what modern collectors are kind of looking for, outside of the small nostalgic bits that you get from looking at this, functionally, I just don't see how they compare. Like, I just don't. Like, when I go into a toy store and if I want to buy something, my eyes would gravitate towards this on a functional level 50 times over before it ever go to this one, outside of nostalgia. Like, to me, this is nostalgia. That's all it's going to ever be. This is functionality. This reads future. This just reads the past. And that's just kind of how I look at it in its totality. And the same thing with the Snake Eyes on both ends. Again, you can just kind of see the detail that they put into this figure versus this one, where it was just basically, hey, we're going to slap this together and charge a premium price and give it to the fans because that's what they wanted. I think there's a reason why this was not going to be sold in stores, because again, I just don't see Hasbro putting the effort in there, because I know that they probably don't think that they're going to sell this as well as anything else that they have. And what I was talking about earlier with the, as an example, so here we have the retro, and let me actually get it set up real quick. And as you see how I have it set up, again, this is the O-ring one versus the retro. Again, just look at the detail that they put in this versus what they did for the O-ring. And again, the O-ring one costs more. That's the other part. The O-ring costs more than the retro. So, and again, I'm just like, the little details aren't there on the O-ring one that's here on the other one. It's crazy to me. So again, you know, articulation on these are better, clearly. Again, I will say that the O-rings are probably a little less stiff. So again, we can get like the little T-spreads here. We can get the little T-spreads here. Just as easy. Again, we have double jointed knees. And let's see here. And again, like, I don't want you guys thinking I'm just here to bash on O-ring. Like I said, I actually put in a lot of work making sure that I purchased other O-ring figures, and I actually spent some time with them before coming up with this decision. And just, you know, I'll bring in some other O-ring figures that I have in front of me right now. And again, I'm not sitting here saying that O-ring is a bad toy. I just don't see in 2022 how this could be something that just explodes and becomes what people want now. I just don't see it. But I don't know. I guess you guys can let me know. Again, here are some other... And again, the other thing that bothers me as well is the size. Like, again, 3 1/4 versus like 4 inches. I definitely think 4 inches should probably be the new standard. But again, who am I? I'll bring in a Predator, put him in the background, hopefully he won't fall, which he does. and then I'll bring in a Velociraptor. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Comment in the section below. Thumbs up the video. Again, I didn't want this to be super long. I just wanted to compare. Like, me, honestly, while I think that this definitely has a reason to exist for the price and just the base level that they went through to make it, I honestly don't have any much excitement to buy the other figures in the line. I think I had some of those other ones pre-ordered. I'm probably going to go ahead and cancel those and then just kind of stick to what I have. And again, I just hope that Hasbro kind of goes back to the more 4-inch retro style once the anniversary is over with. Because honestly, and again, unless they come out with some vehicles that really excite me, I just don't see why I would want those old O-ring things. I just think that we're past that now. Again, let me know what you think. Coach Sean the King. See you next one.